Good evening, all, and welcome to another SnowRunner mission. On this one, we're picking up some medium logs to take to the Lake Festival. Got a new truck and trailer. How cool does it look? Such a great variety to be able to choose from to use on the variety of missions. So this truck it's a mod truck as well. It's the Tatra Phoenix SE. And we've got the articulated 10-wheel medium logging trailer. So I brought this trailer over from the garage on the second map. I did have that footage, but the clip was just too long, so I had to chop it and start where I come onto this map through the tunnel. So we're in Lake Riviere, making our way to the logging camp. So you can see, just to get here, I've used a little bit of fuel, but that truck on the right there I've refueled and filled the tank on the trailer and the jerry cans on the roof. So depending on what fuel looks like on the way back, I may take some fuel from that just to be safe. I am carrying some jerry cans on the roof. I think there's about 80 litres there. 20 litres per jerry can. This truck does seem quite good so far. Just a fraction slower through the mud and ice than some of the other trucks, but not that much. The choice of trucks is restricted a little. I tried to use some of the others, but having a combination of the turntable, the log loader, and this trailer just wouldn't allow those combinations. Unfortunately, I did try some of the larger trucks, but the only reason I didn't go with them is because they were so high. The front portion of the articulated trailer was just ridiculously high and looked a bit weird. Aesthetics are everything. You want things to look how they should. So I bought this truck. I have used it before, but with getting a few extra trucks, I sold them off, so bought this one back again. Just making our way into the logging camp. I can load up with 2 lots of medium length logs. Just quickly checking the map to see which way I want to head back. So I know whether I'm facing the right way or have to turn around. So best way back is the way I came, so I'll spin it around and head back and load up. At least with this, the auto load works, so I don't have to manually load. So we're all loaded up. Time to hit the road. Just a quick double check. As you can see, it is a little bit slow going through all this. But at the end of the day, it's not the sort of terrain you want to be hitting at speed. No doubt cause quite a bit of damage to the suspension. So now it's the upward hard slog to get up over this ridge onto the other side. Those angles look pretty sketchy. It's a bit scary when one side of the track stays nice and firm and the other one goes all the way to Narnia. my truck tip over a number of times because of it. But there's just no way to tell until you're there, and you just don't have enough time to react before it topples over. Probably one of my only complaints is the auto winch throw out. Why it decides to tie onto small saplings is beyond me, but you can hook on manually by going into the winch menu and selecting the winch location, but sometimes it can be very time consuming because you could have 20, 30 or more winch locations, so scrolling through them all to get to the one you want is somewhat time consuming. I think on from what I've seen on the Xbox version, you can actually use your cursor and move your cursor around to the location. I wish they would do that for the PlayStation version. Looks a lot simpler and a better idea. So fuel's getting down, so I'm going to steal some of this fuel. I'll leave the truck fully loaded, but I'll take the fuel that's on the trailer and some of the fuel off the roof rack. So it still leaves it a full tank of fuel in the prime mover. As it turns out, I didn't really need to take that fuel because because it's night, I'm making my way to the warehouse, which I'd forgotten that in a previous mission I had left the service truck, which has a fuel tank on the back, so I would have had enough fuel to get there and fill this up, but not to worry. I think it is a nice addition to be able to drive at night. Has a whole different feel compared to during the day. Becomes a lot more solitary, I think. A bit like driving a real car at night. There's no distractions, just the road ahead that's lit up. So just going out a little bit as wide as I can there to make the turn in up this steep hill. Well, just a little bit steep. To steer when your front wheels are barely touching the ground. But it eventually got on to terra firma. So we're not too far from the warehouse now. Get a good bit of a glimpse down below, a few lights there. The ones off in the distance are the actual destination. As you can see, we haven't used that much fuel. This truck is pretty good on fuel. So we probably would have been able to, well, we definitely would have been able to make it to this warehouse without having to take the fuel off the other truck, but I didn't realise that at the time. Quick in-cab look. As we come into the warehouse. I do like a bit of night driving with the in-cab view, especially on the dry maps, like not the snow. But with snow it's just so much more difficult with the whiteout effect in areas where you can't properly see the track. So we've reached the warehouse here where I'll camp overnight. Fast forward a bit of time and here we are, early morning, 6 AM. We'll jump into the service vehicle and do a quick refuel. Probably should have done a few slight repairs there while I was at it, but didn't think of it at the time. So now we're ready to head off in this direction. This track will is the shortest route to our destination. But having travelled on it once before, It will either be a really good decision or a really bad one, as there is a bit of ice driving involved, but I think we should be fine. I think in this location the harder packed ice is a bit more well defined and easy to see. As you can see, there's the location up ahead on the lake surface, on the ice. I mean, the other thing too is every other alternative route was just miles in other directions, so would have been a very lengthy process. As you can see, as I mentioned in an earlier mission, they've got this like a racetrack of some sort laid out on the ice, so let's see, for some sort of racing activity. So we'll just follow this track around until we can turn off just up ahead here and take the road round to the drop-off location. We'll stop there for a few selfies and thumbnail pics. Lake Flavour Festival. There must be a timed race there to do. Just about there, you can see the mighty Paystar up ahead that we used in the last mission to, or last part of this mission actually, to deliver the wooden planks. So we're just coming up to the drop-off location. That will complete this mission. I think this is the last one that I need to do on this map. Pretty much all the remaining missions will be on the first map at Harbour, though I will have to make some trips over to this map to go to the warehouse to pick up supplies to take back to Harbour. So that's it for this one. I think I'm looking pretty pleased there with myself in the cab. Having a bit of a stretch and a scratch. So that's it for this one. Thanks again for joining me, and hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.